different background. That's my cat.
All right. Good evening, Star Wars players. We have the second game of the top 16 match between Tom and Gavin here. Gavin just won the first game as Darkside with Watto by 16 over Tom's QMC. And in this game, we have Gavin playing light side. He's got Yavin 4 operations against Tom's classic Jabba's Palace SSA start. I'm joined by Charlie Arlinson tonight. Charlie, how are you?
Good, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm glad to have you aboard.
Thank you. Thanks for
So,
having me.
Charlie will be the color commentator and knowing what good Star Wars plays are, and I will be telling you what's happening. So, we join the game with the start already gone. Tom's already circulating stuff with Forlom. Charlie, what are your thoughts on this matchup? Obviously, it's not particularly interactive, I imagine.
Um, Actually, I don't know if mine's not updated, but the screen is just says the Star Wars CCG Players Committee presents. I think we need to change the.
Oh, are we? My bad, my bad. Thank you for letting me know. Wait, no, it's live, I think. Can people see what's going on? Okay, Dan says we can see stuff. So you might need to refresh, Charlie.
Maybe I have to refresh.
Charlie is watching the stream, not the game itself. So
I don't have permissions.
yeah, well, he's a little behind, but that's all right.
Okay, I'm here. All
All
right.
right.
So the matchup is Yavin 4 Ops versus Tatooine, Jabba's Palace, slip sliding. Yeah, this is super non-interactive for sure. I feel like this is bad for Tom.
Yeah, what is Tom's path to victory here? Because obviously he has to win by more than 16 with Dark, so the retrieval is less likely, and against a deck that's not going to be trying to battle.
Right. And every version of this deck I've seen, I don't feel like he plays a lot of space, and he just kind of like bunkers, and it's almost like he pivoted to counter Hitco, like counter Hitco stuff with like Crush. And especially with the retrieval, it's just gonna be like really difficult to. He can stay on pace with damage, but the retrieval is gonna set him back too much.
Yeah, especially as we see Gavin with an early red 5 here. We'll see what Luke goes with it. And it is Farm Boy Luke, so he's going to have the retrieval ping going just right away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and so when I said pivot before, he was playing Jabba's Haven, and then this is like the Haze and the Team 5 deck, where they pull Nal Hutta and they pull Rendili, Karaida or Rendili, and so you have two ships basically, and they can't really catch you, but there's no system puller in this, so he's not playing a system, and that means he doesn't really care that much about having ships, right? So if Gavin only puts out, or Gavino only puts out two systems and puts a ton of ships at both those systems, I mean, I don't know what he's supposed to do about that. Like,
Yeah, it's going to be a tough row to hoe, as they say.
mm-hmm.
Jared has apparently given you permissions if you want to try and get into the game directly so you're not watching the stream.
Okay, I do have it. Cool. Thank you. So yeah, he plays. I've seen a little bit. If it's the same that I've seen him play, he plays like the new effect, so that you can't reduce his drains. at Jabba's palace,
That makes sense.
and just lots of Lord Maul, Emperor. I think Emperor and Janice for drain adders.
So we see Tom uh, with a pretty quick spread going to the docking bay and invading home one with one of the Inquisitors. So at least he's got some damage going, although he's going to have to be paying for these drains, which is obviously not ideal.
Right. I don't. So I think it's either desperate or he's trying to bait out going slow uh or sorry, going fast to both systems, and he has space, and then he can hit one of the systems, because the only way to satisfy simple tricks,
Sure.
right, is gonna be to go, or to satisfy coward is to go to both. So like he goes to both systems and then he can hit one of the systems, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough, but Tom's a good player. I'm sure he'll power through, try and find the best line here. Someone in chat suggesting some Galid tech for the audience chamber. Maybe get some drain bonuses going there. That would be interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't even feel like he plays it. I Last time I saw him play this, he didn't even have the audience chamber in it.
Yeah, I think if he's playing for a ground game, you can't put cards like Galid in your deck for things like this. So we'll see. Gavin did fail to liberate on the first turn, so that's something at least
That's
for Tom.
helpful.
Playing understandably conservative here, getting all his ships out, not worrying about getting the retrieval ping going until he's got space fully locked down.
Yeah, Haven's nice here. That cost him 1
Yeah,
or 0. That cost him nothing.
was it literal 0? Yep, looks like.
Yeah, because Hobby 0 and Red Strother 4 is -2. That's an interesting. Those are interesting picks. I don't feel like I usually see Red Squadron 4 in this.
Yeah, I'm used to a more bat mousey version of this deck. I don't know how far apart they are. I'm curious. This, of course, is not the Batmouse special, which is the Y40 but with Jedi business. That's obviously not what's going on here. So this is more of a classic all-in space situation.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, this isn't the Jedi business, um, which might be better, honestly, against this deck.
You're saying this version might be better?
Yeah,
I
just
think I tend
ignoring
to
ground
agree.
entirely.
Yeah, because you're not going to give Tom the opportunity to win the game on the spot, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Those X-wing
So
cannons also feel like they could be quite a player if Tom's space is like Zuckuss and Shuttle and stuff like that.
yeah, yeah, I know he does play. He does like comm scan detection, so that might be like something he tries to find so that he can attack without getting shot. Um, But seeing the Red Squadron 4 and the hobby in the canon, I feel like he probably is playing like organized attack, and he'll probably play like mostly X-wings and cannons for space. Like, I'm sure we'll probably see Wedge come out next turn,
I think Poe's an
and
option
maybe.
as well.
Yeah. Well, and then Poe also doubles as a map counter, right? So you can actually retrieve.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that's in here.
Tom's found his new pet loop with Crush. I have you now Forlom, as opposed to the classic Emperor Force Lightning Forlom. Not that he doesn't have both.
Yeah, I hope he plays an audience chamber, because I don't know what he can do if he doesn't have another site in here.
That would be extremely tricky. I agree. And especially once Gavin starts getting these systems liberated, he's going to have even less incentive to even deploy any other systems that he might have.
Right. Wonder what he's force pushing for.
I mean, maybe it's the site. Maybe he looked with docking bay puller and missed his AC, and now he's pulling it with a force push. Although Emperor to the docking bay does not give much credence to that theory.
It's not a good sign. I think the only shot he has. Well, I don't think he has a shot. I don't feel like he has a shot. But I feel like the only option he has is to find Vader and put him at the Profundity docking bay. Because it makes it a battleground, right? So, like,
That makes sense, yeah.
then he'll have two. And he can try to race.
Yeah, and he's just set up Emperor Janus, which is one of his few force drain bonuses, but he set it up to a non-battleground, so that's tough.
He does, yeah, he does usually play I think he does play Presidents. I've seen Presents in this.
That's very possible. Oh, well, here's the accelerate, so if there is one, that's probably what's coming next.
Force Servitude. That's
There it is.
That's something.
All right.
That's
So
probably what he force pushed for.
we found Tom's setup. Got a second battleground rolling. It's gonna have a drain bonus there. It's gonna be a drain of potentially 3. That's pretty good.
Presence.
Oh, but he's not going there. That's interesting.
What? I wonder why he didn't put Force Servitude on. I'm assuming that means he's going there with Emperor. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
It does, but also, I'm not sure why he didn't put his Emperor Janus combo at the battleground where Janus gets the drain bonus. I guess maybe a drain of 2 is
It's
enough.
just too expensive, yeah. Yeah, like Janus would be working. I feel like those should be flipped. He
Having fifth brother at
Force
the
Servitude at
yeah.
the home one docking bay, and
tend to agree.
Or even just both. Like, you could have just put both at the profundity, right? I don't know.
I mean, maybe it's going back to what you were saying earlier, trying to bait that beat down, trying to bait if Gavin has any ground at all, trying to find a spot where he
Mm-hmm.
can convince Gavin that he's weak. And we do see a liberation on Yavin.
Nice. I think that he's expecting, or maybe he's putting Vader there next turn.
Oh,
But
to the home one docking bay?
yeah,
That could be.
and there's a drain of two,
And
and
that's a
then Maul
miss, I
goes.
believe. So, again, a break for Tom.
I keep watching the stream instead of the actual game. There's Tarn missing. Yeah, I don't think he plays any space.
Artillery's a spicy one for Gavin. It's a nice touch.
Hmm. No force save to grab it either. He
If
just
only
put
he
it
had
in
his careful
place.
planning, he
Oh,
could
that's
careful planning into grab.
yeah, that's yeah. That was pretty interesting. The last game.
Yeah, for those of you who missed the end of the last game, uh, as Tom was going down, he did manage to pull off the no force save into careful planning into alternatives to fighting to cancel a key space battle. So that was fun.
Yeah, that feels like that was the whole point of his deck, to be honest. Watching that.
It may have been, yes.
It was odd too. I found it a bit odd too that he didn't play like Lando with gun if he's trying to get beat downs in with like Luke with stick and stuff, but
True, yeah, that is strange. Blue Squadron 1 we see here.
the drain canceller, isn't it? With
Yes,
Kim
correct.
Kian.
Yeah, so it's not currently turned on as a drain canceller because Snap is not the pilot, but I don't think he's that worried about uh, a space drain out of Tom in this game.
Yeah, for sure. That's just frustrating to fight. All those X-Wings, one organized attack. You need a sense just to attack into it. It's a lot of forfeit. Kinkiana has +1. Hobby has +1 with Insurrection. He's just not set up to attack those systems at all.
Sure.
Now, if he had the Emperor's Shuttle in there, then he could easily attack it, right? Emperor's Shuttle, Tarkin, he has Ivy now, right?
Yeah, he definitely has that. He pulled that earlier with the crush.
Does it work in space? I don't feel like I've ever seen it used in space, but yeah.
Are you asking about I have you now?
Yeah, I just feel like I never see it used in
Yeah.
space. But yeah,
I
so
feel
like
like based on the
drawing
picture, it would be really awkward
five destinies. Yeah,
if
that,
it wasn't
that makes sense.
didn't work in
Yes.
space.
There's Lord Maul. So now he's trying to get up 3. There's Vader to the profundity.
Yep. Time to start paying $1 million for drains. Thanks to everybody joining us tonight. Glad to have you aboard watching this OCS Top 16 game. We got some exciting ones lined up for the rest of the week. Be sure to check out the forum post for the schedule of all of those.
Yeah, what match are you looking forward to the most?
That's a tough one. I mean, all of them are exciting. Obviously, Matt Harrison Trainer against Justin is going to be a banger.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of curious about some of the ones that people maybe aren't talking about so much, like the Kipple versus Werfs match. I think that could be an interesting, kind of like this one almost, where it's a one seed, but maybe some upset potential. Who knows?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Pete Keppel has been playing really well this year. His record's really good.
That is true. It would be a
It was
true upset if
surprising he
Werfs
picked
could.
Werfs too. Yeah.
Yeah, that was an interesting choice. But maybe it's a playstyle thing, like Bill talked about on the broadcast a little bit. Maybe he thinks they match up well. So Tom finally able to grab the Rebel artillery here, which is good for him. Although who knows how many Gavin has? Granted, now it's essentially lost. But
Yeah, he has to have three, right?
I don't think he has
Unless he threw
several.
Piotin into one.
The next game on stream for whoever's asking that, I can't see chat very well at the moment. It was Banco917. The next game on stream is going to be uh, tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern, and that'll be the first game of the Brad Kipple versus Chris Werfs match. And then we have quite a few games on Thursday as well. So stay tuned to the channel for sure. Everybody doing their 3POs and 4-lomming, as is tradition with these players. And I guess most Star Wars players, but these two especially. You know you're going hard when you have Janice and 4-lom on the table.
All the cycling. So we get 6 damage in here.
Yeah.
Hyper escape.
Another. Did we see Tyron Mason already? I thought maybe he got 3PO'd back.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Unless it could be worse. That will help.
True. Although Tom is down to 21 in life force already. He has a big hand and obviously likes his using interrupts. But 16 is a lot to make up. So it will be interesting to see where this goes. And now we have another deployment to a docking bay.
Wonder where that's going.
I hope Count Dooku brought his jacket. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah, Talon John mentioned Uncontrollable Fury. That is
That would be a spicy
relatively
card.
commonly played in this.
So we got red squadron 1 now being pulled.
Hmm,
It's
here he comes.
yep, potential wedge situation.
Yeah,
Got the loop
I,
retrieval to
I'm
get back an artillery here.
I wonder what Tom was thinking picking this. I know he said he was. I've seen him say he was very frustrated with trying to figure out dark side, but not even giving himself much of an option to fight against space decks. Just
Sure. It's also possible that he just thought he had a really strong read. As
that's true.
we see another liberation at Nar Shaddaa from Gavin. So the two systems on the table both liberated, and some serious damage potential.
Yeah. So it's gonna be 6 to 6, right? It's gonna be
Yeah,
4 damage to retrieval versus 6 damage, and they're both at 27, 32. Gavino's up by
have,
7 cards.
Gavin has another system in him somewhere.
Yeah. I don't know what the other system people usually play is.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I assume something close to similar
Endor?
parsecs. And so there's some reduction for the Java's Palace drain with projection going down there, just like the movies. Oh, and a second projection to the hot docking bay. So that certainly swings the race. Although,
No, it's 5. 5 damage. So if he's playing Dark Time combo, it's good, right?
sure, yeah.
That will kill those projections.
Well, at least one of them. I feel like that might be the grab for Gavin if it happens.
Yeah, for sure. Unless he randomly plays like Foyer.
I mean, that's certainly not out of Tom's range. So he's going to start placing stuff out of play to retrieve with his objective here.
Yeah,
And
there's the
Tom
GG.
with the GG. So
It's brutal.
go again. I love Tom's spirit. That's you gotta say that for him. All right. Well, thank you for all of you for joining us. Thank you, Charlie, for providing the quality as I provided the quantity. And
Thanks for
hope
having
to
me.
see you all. Yeah, absolutely. It was good to chat with you. Hope to see
Yeah,
you
you
all
too.
soon. And everybody, have yourself a good night.